Okay, we're listening to some Billie Eilish here, and we are live. This is John Krupa of Freedom to Draw Unsolved Mysteries. I have not been on here for a while, but we are going to draw a missing persons case today. Not a missing persons case. Um, Unexplained death. Her name was Brenda Sue Guessler. And the articles say it was solved, but it is definitely not solved because it was ruled as a homicide, and the perpetrator of the homicide has not been caught. She was identified 2 years ago. That's where it stands. That's about it. So this is what she looked like. And this is the composite that they made of her, which is really, I think that's really spot on. I mean, they got the nasty teeth. So she has nasty teeth. She had numerous periodontal diseases. The only thing they were off was the hair. I think they did a pretty good job of identifying, of making a composite sketch. So we're gonna do like a quick sketch here of what due to time constraints on my end, I'm doing it on a smaller piece of paper now, and it's so these videos are a little bit shorter. It doesn't take up my whole day. I do not have a lot of time, unfortunately, to dedicate to these unsolved mysteries, but I still want to come on and let you guys know about these unsolved mysteries here, that they have not identified the perpetrator of this crime. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened in a couple minutes. Right now we're just getting the likeness of her established. Got some Billie Eilish in the background. Looks like she had kind of like a mullet going on there. And from what I read about her, there is not much information on her at all. But I'm just guessing here. This is like an educated guess, but she just reportedly lived in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and she was found dead in McLean, Texas. That's a long way apart. That looks, it's a long way apart. And why would someone get dumped on the side of the road from Phoenix, Arizona to McLean, Texas? That's far. And then she walked with a limp. I think she was a victim of polio. It said here she had numerous periodontal diseases, which You can see in her teeth. Her teeth are all jacked up. Now, I would guess that this person was living like a transient lifestyle. That makes sense with the amount of distance she was found lying on the side of the road. You don't just lie on the side of the road off an interstate and not be a victim of a homicide. People don't just lay down on the interstate and die. So she was definitely, it was ruled a homicide, and they have not caught the perpetrator though. So perpetrator still remains a mystery. They say it's solved, which is total bull hockey, if you ask me. It is not solved until the perpetrator gets caught. Yeah, still look like trash, bro. Look at that. Boom. I don't think so. So she was missing from the Phoenix, Arizona area. And that was on August 12th, 1999. And then she was found in McLean, Texas. This was in 1999. And then they got a name to her. Then they got a name to her in 2023. So it went a long time. They identified her through genealogy and stuff like that. It was ruled a homicide, and she was possibly a polio victim. She walked with a limp, and she had like a fracture that was healed up and looked like she had a pin in it from previous surgery, and she had many teeth problems, very jacked up teeth. That leads me to believe that she was like homeless or something like that. Like, you know, you can't take care of your teeth if you're living on the street. And you get picked up and moved long distances when you're hitchhiking. You're more likely to hitchhike when you're living on the street. Article reports it is solved, but the perpetrator of the homicide still remains a mystery. So it is not solved in my opinion. She's found dumped on the side of Interstate 40, and she was called the Amethyst Doe for many years. Why would someone from Phoenix, Arizona be dumped on the side of the road near McLean, Texas? Which is a good question. And they are still looking for clues on this, and the Texas Rangers are. So if you have any info on this case, you're supposed to email rangers@dps.texas.gov. I will show you that in a second. So any real watchers out there, just trolls that like to say stupid stuff. It's not bothering me at all. It's stupid. I have more talent in my left pinky than you guys anyway, so. Any real people watching besides the haters? We're gonna color this too. We just got the rough likeness of her down. We're gonna give her some color now. So good. I'm glad the trolls left. They don't mean anything. And the people that will watch this on the replay will appreciate this. They can say whatever they want. I mean, that helps my content out, is comments and stuff like that. That only makes my channel grow. So they're actually helping me. So they can say they can talk all the trash they want. Comments and the views help my channel. So this is like a rose color kind of we're getting here. And this is just to establish like shadow, stuff like that. Seems like she's very pale too. I want to guess, like, looking at her, she looked like she was in her 60s, or maybe she just looked awful for her age. Maybe she's in her 50s. I would say 50, maybe even 60. Like I said, the mystery here is like, what the hell was she doing in McLean, Texas, if she's from Phoenix, Arizona? There's all sorts of mystery involved with this here. All right, now that we got that done, looks like she has very dark brown hair. It kind of looks like a mullet. All right, so in August of '99, the Texas Rangers called to assist with an unidentified body of an adult female along I-40 west of McLean, Texas. Investigators attempted to identify the female by fingerprints and DNA and composite sketch. However, those efforts were unsuccessful. A DNA profile was developed and entered into the combined DNA index system, which is nicknamed CODIS. In February 2004, the Texas Rangers Unsolved Crime Investigation Program, UCIP, reviewed this case file. The Rangers found numerous possibilities through report research to assist in identifying the unknown woman. But these attempts were unsuccessful also. The case was entered into the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System called NamUs as UP6936. With few leads to pursue, the case eventually went cold. And that's true. There's not much information on this lady at all. In April of 2022, Texas Rangers UCIP personnel reviewed lab reports and pursued the advancements in DNA associated with this investigation. The evidence was submitted to OTHRM with funding assistance from the Roads to Justice program, RTJ program. The skeletal remains were submitted to OTHRM's lab. OTHRM scientists developed a suitable DNA extract and used forensic grade genome sequencing to develop a comprehensive genealogical profile. OTHRM's in-house genetic genealogy team used the profile to generate investigative leads in the case. These leads were returned to the investigators. The leads suggested that the unknown woman might be Brenda Sue Guessler. Guessler was positively identified through standard familial family DNA comparisons with a close relative. So basically, OTHRM used genealogy and identified this lady's one of her close relatives, maybe her cousin or niece or her sister, and that's how they identified her. Guessler was believed to live in or near the Phoenix, Arizona area. The Texas Rangers are continuing to develop leads and information referencing this investigation. Anyone with information about Brenda Sue Guessler is encouraged to contact the Texas Rangers through email at, and if you read that closely, you can see it there. That's the email. Rangers@dps.texas.gov. Identifying Guessler has breathed new life into the investigation and will help develop leads and information to bring the case to a close. So that's the real story. The genealogy has breathed new life into the case. They should write that as the headline and not say it's solved. That's very misleading. And this guy here, Michael Logan, Director of Case Management, there's his number. Michael worked with law enforcement agencies throughout the United States and Canada on unsolvable cases that can benefit from advanced DNA testing methods. So this guy is very important to solving these cold cases, it looks like. I never heard of him, but he's a good person to put his name out there. You can get a hold of him. Unsolvable cases that can benefit from advanced DNA testing methods. He helps these agencies use cutting-edge DNA sequencing and new forensic techniques to develop investigative leads for their cases. So that's all the information on that case. That's it. Not much. Not much to go on. For why this lady was dumped like some trash on the side of a interstate. I could spout off all sorts of theories, but like, we don't know. It could be anything that happened to this lady. She could have been providing services to males. She could have been hitchhiking. She could have been driving in her own car and got stranded out there and got accosted by somebody on the side of the interstate. Right now I'm just adding the finishing touches here to Miss Guessler. When looking at her, it said she possibly could have been a mother. I guess judging by the skeleton, I guess maybe the certain diameters of the nether regions, I guess maybe they figured out that she could have been possibly a mother. So that makes this even sadder. She possibly had children that are probably still alive and wondering what the hell happened to their mother. So yes, it's not many people know about this case. I found it a couple of years ago. I put it on my fan page on Facebook just to keep it like in my pocket to maybe one day bring it out to the surface like I'm doing now. So this show is a voice for the voiceless. That's why I do it, to get these people's names and stories out there and possibly if this channel grows enough, we could have people in Texas watching this, which I might already have. I don't know. And maybe get a result in this case or many others that I have covered. One is better than nothing. And see, you're seeing the periodontal disease right here. She does not have any lower teeth, looks like. And she's got some problems with her teeth there, definitely. Just adding the finishing touches on this. We're about done. There is not much else to report on this. They identified her 2023. That was 2 years ago, guys. There has nothing been since. I looked on this case. Nothing has unearthed. At least they didn't report anything. Nothing has been unearthed. Said the clothes that were on her were pretty normal, except for the bikini underwear. Maybe she was younger. I don't know. Maybe she just looked terrible. I don't mean that in a bad way, but like maybe she just let herself go because she was living on the street. And I don't even know if she was living on the street. I don't even know if she was living on the street, but maybe she just let herself go and didn't really care anymore, and she looks a lot older than she really is. They said she had like bikini underwear on, and that's what it said in the report. And usually grandmas don't wear bikini underwear, do they? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about this case, and there's a lot you could infer and we can make conspiracies to explain these things, but the fact is you just don't know much about this lady at all. It looks like she has brown eyes. So this is a new feature on the Freedom to Draw Unsolved Mysteries. We are coloring them now. We're doing them on smaller scale paper, so it's not long and drawn out. But I kind of like the new format. You guys can let me know what you think. Her build is kind of husky too, like she could take care of herself. if she needed to. I'm kind of leaning towards that she was a lady of the street. Maybe not a prostitute, but she lived on the streets, I think. Or she just didn't care about her dental health. You don't know enough. You just don't know enough to make assumptions. I'm just going with my gut, though. My gut instinct tells me she was on the streets. She was living like a transient lifestyle. And how else do you get from Texas or from Arizona to Texas? Her hair was curly, so we're just doing that. These are the finishing touches, guys. Napoleon Dynamite. Why didn't you get some new material, guys? They said my drawing looks like a Napoleon Dynamite drawing. I'd like to see them do better. But I want them to say stuff, because that gives my channel kudos whenever anybody comments anything. That's what they don't know. They're ignorant to the fact that they're actually helping me. So keep talking trash. It only helps my channel. So I thank you. And for those that do care about missing people and the victims and the families and the giving a voice to the voiceless, this is another episode in the books here. All right, well that does it. About does it here. Let's put her name down here. This is an unexplained death, and her name is Brenda Sue Guessler. And if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize, but that's what it looks like. That's what it's pronounced like. Guessler. And she has been, the death of her has been unexplained for since 1999. Over 25 years. Just going to erase stuff around here so it looks clean. That does it for another episode, guys. We went a half an hour. That's pretty good for a full color picture. You can put a little blue on there too. find my light blue. Oh, here we go. Put a little light blue on there. Shirt is white. All right, we're going to sign it too. That's about it, guys. Until next time, peace out, true believers.